Thanks for coming in today, Collie.
I love coming to Red Hill. I really do.
We're just looking at your first one, Love Me Long Time.
Yes.
Can you tell me what the inspiration was for that?
Usually with these abstract paintings that I do, it's I start with bringing just lots of colour into the canvas, and I love placement of different shapes and different colours.
Mm-hmm.
So in this piece you can see in the background there's all different soft palette colours, heavy colours, and then I do the background, and then I go into a state of joy, and I think, well, what's going to bring joy and what can I add to the thick bright colours in the background. So then I'll start to add bees, and as you can see there's clouds. It's just an element of joy always in my work. My main aim is to bring that bright colourful joy into people's eyeballs.
Yes.
They're very uplifting, I find, my work, which is, my go-to for painting.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love abstracts, and I love the fact that different shapes can change your mind and get you guessing on what is that.
Yeah.
So you might think it's something, and I could think it's something else. So I love that about abstracts.
Like, for example, you were saying these here are
Piano
keys. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't have known that if you hadn't pointed that out.
Yeah. And the bees, I put bees in to represent just be, just be yourself.
Oh, yes.
Because when you're just being you. So
very good.
it's a big representation in these works is the bee.
And how do you know when you're finished?
I stopped painting.
Right.
There's no mental gig. It's just like, okay, I've had enough. I could go into that again, but sometimes the work can be overworked as well.
Yeah.
Just when it gets to the point where it's not too empty and it's not too full.
Yeah. Okay.
on these pieces. So for me, that's pretty much done. There's enough to look at.
Yes. All right, let's go on to the next one.
I love the next one.
Yeah. And what's this one called, Collie?
This one's called, I do a series of Happy Joy Joy. So this is Happy Joy Joy. So
Wow.
These
So double joy.
yeah. So
Triple joy.
the name in itself just represents what I just spoke about is the Happy Joy Joy into my work. Grass series, just like as if you're lying in the grass and like in a meadow, and just relaxing and just enjoying the
sun.
just whatever that represents to people in nature. Very thick textured work, lots of colour. Once again, I love working with this thick texture. It's been a wonderful thing for me to play with this product, and it is playing.
Yeah.
And I use copper or gold leaf through my work, so it reflects the light. And the light is part of the art that makes the art come alive when you're walking past it. And these works of art, they change as you go around them in a sharp angle. If you get close to them, all of that. It's a joy to create these works.
Yes, and you've used the acrylic gel.
All acrylic gel, paint splash, white border. I love creating this sense of a white border to give it a style of class. My signature, I use it's similar to a wax stamp, but it's the acrylic gel that I use. So I'll put that there, and then I'll sign that, and that's quite unique to my paintings. Is that signature?
All right.
With that stamp.
Let's go on to this other one where you've gone outside the border. Shall we talk about this one?
Outside the border. Yes.
Beautiful butterflies.
Beautiful butterflies. This one's called Good Times. I've put the butterflies out into that white border, so it creates a sense of surrealism. So they kind of represent also about flying free, to be free in life. And as butterflies are, they fly around and they get so excited because they have, either a day or a couple of days, and they're like, oh my God. So they represent a lot about life. They come from under the ground in their little, wherever it is, and they do their thing, and then they're set free. They set themselves free, and that's what that's all about.
Yes. All right, let's go on to this one, which is amazing with your dragonflies. I'll just get out the way.
Dragonfly Dreaming.
Yes, this is beautiful.
One day I just decided to do a very large abstract painting. It was just a free flow. There was no thought on what I wanted the painting to look like. So that's another beauty about some of the styles that I choose to play with. It's in free flow. so I allow it to unfold. And these kind of paintings, there's no mistakes, ever,
So
which is great.
So you make beautiful mistakes.
Yeah. So, colour palette, you've got to choose reasonably well.
Yeah.
Pink background, blue splashes and greens, and then I've added these beautiful thick florals in there just sporadically. And this painting has 3 dragonflies, and that's why I called it Dragonfly Dreaming, and there's 3 of them somewhere in there.
Yes.
These are great. I've only done one. This is just one only so far.
Yes.
That was just for me to do something different as an artist.
It's very textural, this gel that you use, which is wonderful, because all you want to do is touch it. Yeah, which is lovely.
Yeah, it's it draws you in. I also use the texture in my work to add visual
interest, or
like visual interest, and it also helps with the work. It sort of adds its own element,
dimension.
That's probably more of a better choice of word. I was trying to find it, like, where's that word? So rather than painting flat, which is okay, and you can do your shadow and shade, I'll put the texture in, which will throw its own shade as well in the room.
Yeah.
And with its own natural lighting. And the gold leaf and the copper leaf, they really reflect the natural light really well.
Well, let's have a look at that copper leaf in this one.
Yeah.
And so if someone was to hang this in their living room or wherever, so you're saying if the sun catches that, it really reflects.
Really reflects it. So as you move around it, you can see it change in colour. So that
would add another dimension to your painting.
Yeah. So this is what's so wonderful about being a creative artist, that you can go into the art stores and pick out different materials to create art with. So I go in there and I find out, well, what else can I work with today? Sometimes I'm spray painting and I add that to my work, and as what we've mentioned, metal leaf, gels, magic. There's a bucket of magic somewhere, and I'm using it a lot.
Well, thank you so much, Collie. We love your paintings.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
Thanks for coming in today.
Oh yeah, look, it's a real honour to play the game.